Welcome back to Soda City Live. We are continuing to celebrate the 12 days of Christmas. And just because we don't get snow often here in South Carolina, it doesn't mean we still can't have a white Christmas, especially when we have our friends from Adventure, returning guest Kendall Turner, who is a part of the education program for Adventure Children's Museum. Actually, the coordinator there. Kendall joined us every week during the Halloween season to give us some spooky experiments. And it seemed like just yesterday you were here.
I
and
know.
Now we are already celebrating Christmas, and boy, what a fun activity this can be for the kids.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. So we're doing a bunch of snow and ice themed programming for this month and also for January. So this is actually one of the experiments where if kids come to visit us, they will be able to do it in our bio lab. So I brought it here for you to try today.
Fun.
And parents, I really hope you'll try this at home. It's a really, really simple one. So all you're gonna need to do, I've taken a plastic bowl here. We use the double-walled ones, and I've just frozen some water because what we're trying to recreate is a glacier. So a glacier is a large body of ice that forms in a cold climate over a long period of time. So I have one here. I have one in your bowl. If you'll do me a favor and just turn it over, I went ahead and emptied it out for you. Beautiful.
There we go.
So there is your
Easy.
glacier. And as we know, as temperatures rise, our glaciers will naturally melt. But we're kind of going to speed the process up a little bit here. So I've got some rock salt. If you don't have rock salt, regular table salt works fine. Salt actually lowers the freezing point of water, which is why it helps it melt. So if you want to take a pinch of that rock salt and just sprinkle it over the top of your glacier. Perfect.
That's it?
Wonderful. Yeah,
All right,
do another
perfect.
one. Do one more. I like that. So parents, what you can talk to your kids about, you can talk about how this water has turned into a solid, gone from a liquid into a solid, and we're going to, through the process of melting, turn it back into a liquid. Now, while we wait for this to do its job, we're going to move on to another experiment. So I have something here in my little plastic bag. I'm going to give it to you.
Yay.
Now, this doesn't look very exciting, but what's in this baggie is a polymer. So polymers love to expand. They love to stretch, they love to expand. And what I like to tell kids is this bag is full of something that's like a bunch of tiny, tiny sponges. And what happens to sponges when they get wet?
They expand.
All right, let's try it out, right? So we're gonna add a little bit of water here. I've used this snow over here from my good friend Steve Spangler. So it's about a 1/4 teaspoon of our polymer and about a 1/4 cup of our water. We're gonna add it into the bag. And it happens very,
Just
very
pour the whole
fast.
thing?
Just pour it in.
Alrighty. Oh, we're
And
getting
let's-
some action already.
And let's watch what happens.
Oh, wow.
So through the process of osmosis, that solution has broken through our cell wall here, and those sponges have actually absorbed that water. And now, because in South Carolina we don't get snow very often, sometimes we have to use a little science to make it happen.
Yeah.
We have created snow. This feels really good. This is excellent for sensory bends. It's really, really fun for kids to play with. So when you guys are on your way to the bio lab, make sure to look at our new exhibit from our friends at Prisma Health. You can come in and make some snow with us.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm having a joy. So I can only imagine what a kid is going to do, and it happens so fast.
Yeah, this is our polymer. Now let's look back at our glaciers. So we start to see some action on our glaciers here. I started this one earlier, so let's play with mine.
Okay.
Because it's had a little bit longer to melt. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use some water. I've just added a little bit of food coloring. I have pipettes. Parents, if you don't have pipettes at home, no big deal, you can use a spoon. So we are going to take our pipettes and we're actually going to squeeze the water over our glacier. And what this is gonna do, as glaciers start to melt, you'll start to see cracks and crevices forming in the glacier. It's really hard to see, it's ice, but if we squeeze some of our water over the top of it, it's actually going to start sinking into those cracks and those crevices and highlighting where that salt has started to permeate that ice and starting to turn it back into water.
Nice.
Very, very cool. So this
Yeah.
happens naturally in nature, and we're just kind of speeding things up using things that you can find around the house. So this is a really easy experiment for you guys to try at home. The polymer you guys can find on Amazon. I've used this one. There's a bunch of different kinds, and all you need is the polymer and water. And for this, we're just using ice, we're putting it in a bowl, and we're using a little bit of salt.
This is so nice, and what I love the most about this is fun, it's active, but it's educational, and everything has a meaning behind it.
Absolutely.
Taking you to the North Pole with these
Absolutely.
experiments.
So guys, give some polymers to your kids for Christmas. And also, if you would like to support your local children's museum, please consider getting a membership. It's the best way to support Adventure, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the new year. Come do some science with me. Tell Big Eddie I said hi.
Oh, Kendall, this is great. Thank you. We always love having you here. Can't wait to see when you come back, what New Year experiment we can come up with as well. And of course,